Now we can finally reveal this house in the picturesque Brisbane suburb of Ascot. This house is literally my favourite Brisbane home. It's the work of renowned architect Sean Lockyer, and it's a marriage of old meets new like you've never seen before. I meet Sean on a perfect Brisbane day.
Oh my gosh, this is the most spectacular facade I think I've ever seen.
This is a very, very special home for us. This house, which is called Monet, is a house that started its life almost 100 years ago. And we were lucky enough to meet Danny and Simon about 5 years ago at the beginning of the design process, and this is the result.
It's just the most amazing combination of classic and modern. So just tell me what existed here before you got your hands on it.
What is so lovely about this home is that the overwhelming character and beauty of the house that you see here now was there to begin with.
Amazing.
The top part is all the pre-war 100-year-old fabric that you see here now. And the really interesting thing for us, which generated a large part of the new work of the house, was the use of the brickwork. This brickwork, the best as we could determine, came in at about the 60s or 70s. So it had been around for about 40, 50 years in the house. And then we really saw that as a fantastic opportunity to use that language of brickwork through all the new contemporary additions to the house. The elements like the built-in seats, the floating stairs, the chimney, which for us is an absolute highlight of the whole project. And then some other follies around the back of the house, including this lovely built-in seat and this garden wall, are some of the most beautiful design opportunities we've ever had in a project. For us to be able to use something as beautiful as a brick that affords the most incredible opportunity to craft these wonderful details in collaboration with a builder is just such a fantastic opportunity.
Oh my God. Wow. Look at this marble. What a first impression.
This house is certainly all about first impressions. I think it's safe to say we had a lot of fun with the finishes down here.
I love it. I love the combination of the marble and then the timber on the walls and then that beautiful brass leading up the stairs. Oh, wow.
So this is a very, very special room for us.
Amazing.
This is 100 years of history overwhelmingly preserved exactly as it was. We recognise the importance of this room in the overall house and even in the architectural landscape of Brisbane, and we really wanted to do justice to it. So
Well, you have.
we certainly gave it our best go, and with all of the panelling that speaks very much to Tudor architecture, we really wanted to take that as a theme. Like the brickwork outside, this black panelling becomes a theme inside. And for us, one of the highlights about this space are the skylights, which we've cut into the beam structure of the roof to make sure that we preserve that architecture of the ceiling while creating this lovely flow of natural light. I think this house is very much a fusion of styles. Even in its external architecture, on one hand, it talks to being a colonial home. The detail internally and elements of outside talk to a Tudor home. And then as you'll see in the bedrooms, it's very much a Queenslander. So rather than try to pick one of those things and then try and force that on the rest of the house, we've really tried to acknowledge the character of the home and the spirit of the place, and then try and draw inspiration from that in a way that we think is cohesive and beautiful and obviously functional as well. This is honestly one of the most special rooms I think we've ever been able to work in. The northern windows on this side, as we can see, all this beautiful sunlight flowing through, is just such an incredible canvas to work with.
And again, Sean has created another incredible room using the old features as inspiration for the new additions. Original doors, windows and panellings are complemented in the kitchen with Japan black, seamless cabinetry, addressing the contemporary needs of modern living. After a tour of the rest of this mind-blowing home, including one of the most luxurious bathrooms I've ever seen,
It's just marble for days.
we head out to the back outdoor area where the brick is again a glorious feature.
Oh, wow.
So this is the last of the outdoor areas.
Ah, beautiful. It's very peaceful out here, isn't it?
And once again, the use of the brick in the original house is the thing that really drove all of this detailing on in the contemporary work. And one of the real challenges that we had with that is where you've got a brick that's been around in part for 100 years and then the other parts of the house for nearly 50 years, it's how do you then mix with those bricks? We worked very, very hard to find a mix, and from memory, these were a mixture of, I think it was 4 bricks at the time. There was a copper glow, a MacArthur, a black and tan, and then the darker bricks are a Mowbray blue. So we actually had to then play with not only 4 different brick mixes, but then the volumes of those mixes to try and get a palette of bricks that complemented the existing house in a way that didn't undermine it.
We've used PGH black and tan in our own house, as you know.
Yeah.
I never would have thought to combine multiple bricks like that, multiple types of bricks. But I love this combination. There's so much sort of earthiness in it.
Yeah, very much so. And I think, you know, they say necessity is the mother of invention. And as architects, when we come to a house that has a very strong language of brickwork, the obvious thing for us is to contrast the brickwork because, you know, historically one doesn't try to mimic what has been there for a long time. I think here we felt a degree of license because the brickwork that existed was post-war, not pre-war. And we felt that that gave us the license and, you know, with the help of PGH, being able to kind of find a combination of bricks that would actually tie in with the existing brickwork was a fairly sizable challenge. So it wasn't something that happened easily, but in the end, we collectively got to a point of confidence about what we were doing and really have felt like it was the right thing looking back on it now.
Well, Sean, this has got to be hands down my favourite house. So thank you so much for having us through.
It's an absolute pleasure and it's enormously humbling to hear that. It's a project that we have absolutely loved. Danny and Simon took a massive leap of faith with us with this house. It's something that we have put our heart and soul into and we couldn't be more excited about showing it off. So thank you so much for your support and for your interest in the home. It's been a thrill to show you through.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found some inspiration looking through these incredible homes and gardens.
For more on the homes and behind the scenes, check out our Instagram and Facebook. See you next time for more open homes.